Hey guys, what's up? Alright, so today I want to talk a little bit about how crazy and homeless I look. Okay, no, but I do want to talk about stan culture because I was thinking about this and I was thinking about how society has started to change its way of I guess speculating on situations that happen with social media influencers. I don't even know what to call it. Like, I'm trying to gather my thoughts, but I'm just thinking about how, like, a lot of these celebrities who were famous by being in a production company, by working for someone else, like, when they got canceled, they went to jail. Or, like, for them, it was like anything that they were doing was just speculation and tabloid. And so we didn't really know what was real and what wasn't. But now it's come to a point where it's like with YouTubers, we know a lot of these people are shitty. We know a lot of these people commit crimes. Yet the only thing that happens is that people watch, they find out, they decide that that's fucked up, and then we have people stands, Chris D'Elia stands, David Dobrik stands. If Bill Cosby was a YouTuber instead of a fucking comedian from the 70s, he would have had stands to keep his ass out of jail, because instead of victims pressing charges once they come forward with their story and they get enough people to rally with them and be like, okay, yeah, let's we're here for you, let's take this fucker to jail. The victims are like, I just wanted to get the story out there. I don't really feel comfortable pressing charges. It's me versus a really rich person with a lot of connections. I can understand why sometimes it's easier for victims of an actual rape, or girls who were fucking preyed on by weird, creepy celebrities when they were teenagers and they get older and they're like, that was fucked up. I think I want to come forward with the story. And it's the story comes through, there's enough evidence to support these people's claims, and all of a sudden it becomes wait, let's look at this from different sides of the story. Let's look at this. Well, in some cases, legally, 16 is legal. It's okay, so this is no longer a clear-cut, ethically sound, collective, agreement when something's right or wrong. Things have now turned into let's find out about a situation. Let's go on Reddit or TikTok or whatever the fuck virtual platform people can masturbatory talk about their opinion on a subject like I'm doing right now. And that becomes the fucking judge, jury, and executioner of the court of public opinion, which seems to be taking precedence over an actual legal trial or whatever. And it's crazy because it's there's so much gaslighting that happens in these communities in which someone that had a good loyal fan base, whatever, they do something super fucked up and people find out, and then it's the fan base gets split into people who are no longer fans, can't support this person, hate them now. People who are on the fence, or well, we don't know the whole story. I'm not just gonna waste my time hating on someone. And then there's the stans who are truly, I don't understand stan culture. And it's funny too, because it's the whole point of the word stan, the meme, because people who might not know why people say stan instead of fan, it's because Eminem had a song called Stan, in which this kid with mental illness had a parasocial relationship with Eminem and thought Eminem was talking to him and through his music, and he felt like he knew Eminem and was friends with Eminem, and he wrote to Eminem every single day in the song, and then he killed himself or he killed his mom or something happens, and Eminem didn't even know until he found out and read all the letters. And it's they're stands, it's funny and it's a meme, but it's no, there are so many actual people who develop this sick obsession for someone to the point that they will like actually overlook crimes that they commit and then get so fucking mad at people who are being rational. And it's almost illogical, but these people have computers and they're also fans of someone that I was a fan of once too. So it's weird when it's like this is how Chris D'Elia, okay? I watched his podcast pretty much as soon as I found out about it. Like I was his fan, like as a teenager, obviously, because his stand-up is really lowbrow and it's like meant for teenagers. And of course, I found out about him when I was a teenager, and I was like, oh, he's so funny. Now I'm a little bit older, and it's like, regardless of what I know about him, like I do think he's actually funny, but not his stand-up. And I could see how his stand-up would attract like teenage girls. You know what I mean? So when I was a fan of him and I watched his podcast, and it was kind of helping me through the quarantine in the beginning of it. And then as soon as I'm like getting into his podcast, I find out that he's like a fucking creep. And when I first found out, the story that dropped was like some girl on Twitter, you know, saying that it was super ironic that he was constantly playing a pedophile in a bunch of his roles because he actually is one. And she just like made a tweet, and I think she showed screenshots, but those screenshots were him being like, oh, you're 17, you have to be 18. But then we found out through other stories with actual evidence that he would actually hit on girls who were 16 and 17 or whatever age, and he would actually fuck them if he was playing a show in a state in which it was legal to do so. So yes, like he did fuck a 17-year-old. He did kind of like coerce her to send him nudes, and then he did get sued by this anonymous girl who obviously is clout chasing, right? She totally just wants her name out there, Jane Doe. She didn't even like say her fucking name. She just told the story. And like she even posted about it on Reddit years ago, saying like she didn't say who it was until like all these commenters asked, and she was like, "Okay, y'all, it was Chris D'Elia. I wish I had receipts, but this is stuff that is out there. Like it's like me talking about shit that's like out there as if it's news. So you could look that up. It's real. Yes, he fucking fucked a 17-year-old girl when he was 35, and he got her nudes because he was blackmailing her because she was dumb and she wanted his approval when she was that age. So he was like, oh, you know, if you don't do this, then I can't, like, then fuck you. He might have even blackmailed her. He might have been even, like, and he would do crazy, gross shit. Like, he would literally, like, vet young girls like Jeffrey Epstein and pass them around. He had this, like, weird alternate Snapchat account. And it was hilarious because there's even a video of him with the Curb music playing in the background, you know, where he's on Fighter and the Kid. They're talking about this one teacher who's old as fuck, sending nudes or exchanging nudes with a student on Snapchat. And Chris D'Elia is like, oh, but I thought that gets deleted after 24 hours. And then he's corrected, said, by being told, hey, no, you can actually take screenshots and save stuff. And his face, literally, this was like so long before this actually like came to light. So it's like, it was total ironic foreshadowing. Like now if you look back at it with all the intel you have, it's just like, oh, that's hilarious. Because back then, it's like, you might be like, you would definitely pick up that he looks like he just fucking like shit his pants. He's like, oh my God. Like that was the moment in his head where I think he knew the countdown was on to his cancellation. And now, like, the worst has happened. He's not in jail. Like, he still has a bunch of people who listen to his shit. He still does his podcast. He's, like, kind of, you know, getting over the embarrassment because he's like, oh, I guess the worst of it is over. Like, he's not in jail. Like, he's not, you know, he's still going to play shows. He's going to still cheat on his wife, who is a cuck. I don't care. I don't care if I say that, too, because it's just, like, his wife is mentally ill and, like, is always doing these weird videos with him where she'll, like, joke about him cheating on her. But it's like, honey, it's not a joke. And it's also, like, it happened, like, it's still happening. So it's weird. And it's really weird to see that as, like, a fan or a former fan. Because, like, this is all shit that's so personal, but it's like shit has gotten to a point where it's like these people are literally putting their foot in their mouth because they're becoming oversharers because they are narcissists and they have all these fans, and it's like people say shit like, oh, these people don't care about you, these celebrities don't care about you. It's like, well, they actually kind of do, because they're all like on Instagram all the time, they're reading their own Reddit forums, like they're definitely so self-obsessed, and the access and being able to read the feedback from real people back to you, doing like Instagram lives with fans, like there's so much less of a barrier between like the celebrity and their public image and like the fan. It's like turned into this thing where it's like, oh, we're not your fan anymore. Like, we're on the same level here, bro. Like, yes, you're a multimillionaire. Yes, you have like a shit ton of, but it's like we're still the ones like that are commenting on you and kind of dictating your trajectory and dictating like how happy or sad you are in a day. Like, trust me, if there's like a celebrity who like goes on Instagram and reads a bunch of comments fat shaming them, like they're gonna fucking feel like shit about it. Like, yeah, like they fucking are openly like engaging with the audience. And so sometimes I feel like a weirdo for being kind of obsessed with people who don't know me, but it's like, wait, I mean, I'm just consuming the content, bro, and I'm just like calling it how I personally see it. So I don't know what the point of this video is. I think it's just kind of like, you know, there's a lot of, I think I just wanted to rant a little bit because there's a lot of people, or there's a lot of celebrities who are like, fuck cancel culture. You know, cancel culture is toxic. And it's like, you should be fucking thinking, yo mama, like you should be thinking whatever cosmic energy is out there who's like making cancel culture a thing, because cancel culture is what's keeping you out of jail. Because instead of people like, you know, hearing something fucked up, pressing charges, having a trial, they just talk about it and make videos about it and like just get all that like energy out there about it, that they don't have a need to like try to throw these people in jail, even though they're obvious predators who like don't feel remorse, like who don't plan on stopping as long as they don't get caught. I mean, like, bro, I know what it's like to like put your hand in the cookie jar and then get caught and then have no punishment for it. I'm just gonna keep going. And then I'm gonna start stealing cookies from the fucking store. And then I'm gonna start fucking holding up shops trying to get more cookies for free. Like, if you get caught doing something and there's no actual consequence, like, you're not gonna stop. There's very few people who are like, oh, whoa, that was a close one. Like, I'll never do that again. And those people are smart. But a lot of people are, like, especially celebrities, like, they are so, like, they have such a God complex that they genuinely think, like, it really almost probably gives them even more, like, confidence to do something, like, even harder, even worse, because it's like, oh, shit, like, let's see how far I can take this. So, I don't know. Anyways, that's my opinion. I was gonna make another video about Trisha Paytas, but it's just like, I can't. I'm exhausted, bro. Like, she is perfect for someone who needs content because there's nothing else going on in their lives, because it's like her borderline really helps my borderline because I'm bored and I'm on the line. Bye.